Hello friend, it's Colrain or Colrain Tarot here on YouTube, and I'm back with another pick a card. Today I wanted to make an offering for the collective for anyone who happens to find this reading that is going to answer a question of something that you need to know right now. So I want to leave this open-ended, and I've already channeled messages, so everything is prepared for you and the energy of the pile should be kind of synced up to whatever message is in each pile. So this is going to be pile 1 with this little blue rock, pile 2 here with this kind of tan white rock, and then we have pile 3 with a little white rock, and then pile 4 over here finally with this stripy rock. So while you're selecting a pile and getting tuned in to the frequency of this reading so that you can connect best with your own intuition and higher self, we're going to set the intention and light the candles together. So I'd like to set this first candle, or light this candle, with the intention that this brings in our guides of the highest wisdom, compassion, truth, and alignment, and the only messages for our greatest good and highest alignment come through to help us out. So let's light this. Okay, that one's lit. You can't really see right now. You can kind of see. And then we're going to light the second candle, which is a blue candle. So this is going to support with our peace, clarity, and just deliverance of any like water type energies. So energies that communicate spiritual truths and emotional clarity to us are also going to be invited in. So let's light this one. This candle was having a bit of an issue cooperating with me, so there's a bit of a jump cut, but the intention is still the same, that this is going to help us with understanding and clarifying emotions or any confusing emotions that may be in our mental body at the moment. So if you've selected your pile, the timestamps will be in the description below as usual. Otherwise, I will see you in your pile. Bye. Hello pile 1. If you selected pile 1 or this little blue rock, then this is going to be your open-ended, like, what do you need to hear right now reading. So let's get into your cards, and I have oracle cards on the top, but I want to save these for the last kind of step because those are going to be affirmations that you can carry away from this reading to help you. So let's start with your tarot cards, and I want to start with the Wild Unknown first because these are going to kind of lay out the energies that you have going on right now and kind of the situation maybe that needs to be addressed. So we have the Six of Cups upright, the Ace of Cups, and the Son of Pentacles. So immediately I get the sense that this is something that, with this Son of Pentacles energy, you're trying to move into an energy of love. You're trying to move into an energy of emotional balance as well, and turning over a new leaf in an emotional sense. So you want to, I always see this Ace of Cups as an initiation or a turning over. So we're closing out anything that we may have had in an old emotional cycle with like old 10 of Cups type energy, and then we're moving into new Ace of Cups energy. So while both Ace and 10 of Cups can speak of beginnings or like the endings or closings of cycles, the Ace of Cups is more of like turning over. So we're going into something new. And also this like light color is kind of being drawn to my attention. So there's like light in the roots, and then light above, and then there's light above here. So it's like your spiritual team is kind of coming through to try and give you hints or emotional reminders of where you should be headed to kind of turn over this new leaf. So I feel like this is something that is spiritually driven. This is something that you have been working with your guides or working with your spiritual team on. So I feel that you are like a group, if you chose this, that has been working on your own spirituality and your spiritual journey for a while. I feel for some of you this may be like spiritually refining yourself in emotional relationships or in those like romantic connections specifically, because with the Six of Cups here, this can talk about like old relationships. So maybe you're going back over old relationships in your mind and you're trying to understand, okay, how does this little, you know, spiritual synchronicity that I received, how does that relate to where I'm headed and what I want out of love? So I feel that this is like the comparison of what you want and then what you've received in the past. So this also may be from like old karmic connections or old soulmates or things like that. And I know that everybody has their own conception of what kind of like terminology is proper or correct for these kind of things, but basically you're moving out of worrying about what has happened in the past and what these other relationships have been or meant to you, and then how this can you're turning it into new information, new emotional information as well, to help you make informed decisions. So the Son of Pentacles also talks about slow energy, but it is faster than the page. So this sun energy in the earth form, this is you actually taking steps and like seeing tangible results in what you're doing. But I feel that this is also doing it with like devotion and patience, so you're not like rushing the process or anything. But also with this Son of Pentacles being pointed towards this, I really do see this Ace of Cups as kind of your focus. So this can also be like focusing on manifesting for some of you, like manifesting a good relationship or manifesting emotional just clarity. I think that there are some of you also with the Six of Cups coming out that maybe your roots, maybe the places that you came from, the things that nourish you are being called into question, seeing if those are lining up with the goals and what you want to receive, because the cups are receptive. This is growing, so it's like what have you grown so far and what do you need to receive to continue growing? And that's kind of what water represents for us here too. So this is really the balance of the earth and the emotional. So what is happening in the physical, and then what is happening in the emotional realm. So let's get the rest of your tarot, and there's only 4 cards here, and these are from the Angel Wisdom. So I kind of want these to actually clarify and then maybe see where we're headed, so because it's one beyond. So okay, we have the Star, Six of Cups. So Six of Cups again. Six of Cups may be a card that's following you around. And then we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse as our, like, where we're headed. And then I think right now is a good time to pull out your affirmations too. Okay, so happiness. My happiness is a choice that I make and pursue actively. I am patient with situations beyond my control. Okay, so the Star here clarifying the Six of Cups, Angel of Hope, and then we have the Six of Cups actually clarifying the Ace of Cups. So these two are definitely very connected. This is like that going back and recognizing what things have supported you and what things maybe aren't supporting your growth, where you want to see your emotional manifestations carry out. Maybe if you focus a lot on having like sad emotions or frustrated emotions or just feeling kind of chaotic, that may be like that you're seeing it manifest in other people too. So like the emotions that are in your own self are being reflected to you through other people sometimes, I feel, with this being the clarifier. And with the Star clarifying the Six of Cups, again, we have this like water energy. It's like the interaction of the water and the earth and how this affects like the human experience. But the Star is the Angel of Hope, so this is really you seeing the hope or seeing the good from those situations. I feel that looking back at the past for you is not something where you're dwelling, and I feel that this may have been something that you've done in the past and you're worried, okay, maybe that's why you even came to this reading today, like, okay, you know, I've had a lot of stuff come up from the past. I've had a lot of like traumatic memories maybe resurface, or I've just been stuck on the past, and or maybe you're going into a cycle that seems like similar to a cycle that you've gone through in the past, and you're worried that maybe you're repeating cycles. And this Star clarifying is just saying no, don't worry, you're going back, maybe you're going back to this old lesson or this old pattern or revisiting these old memories to see what you've gained from it, because the Star is also a card of divination. It is ruled by Mercury, and so the Star is telling of our emotional processing through the mental body. So like, what are the thoughts that you have accompanying the emotions that you're feeling? And then the Eight of Pentacles clarifying the Son of Pentacles. So So this is just earth and earth energy. This is showing with the word dedication here. This is that slow passive energy that I was talking about that leads you to the emotional fulfillment and the mental understanding of what's been happening in the physical. Because with this moon showing up here, this talks about intuition, the fears, the doubts, those things. And it's almost completely surrounding this pentacle, and the pentacle represents the embodied experience of all 5 dimensions of the earth plane. So this is you really understanding what has been happening in the physical world and why things have taken so slow, because the 8 of Pentacles is also slow moving energy. The suit of Pentacles honestly is a slow moving suit, but this is just emphasizing how much you have been putting in, how much work you have done to get to where you are right now and to see the fruits of your labor. And even though this deer is looking back and seeing the goal that he set forth and also the things that has, you know, gotten him to understanding and realizing that goal, there's still this block, there's still this something that maybe you haven't fully understood here that is preventing you from getting here, because you're still focused a little bit on what's behind you. So in order to move yourself forward and to really turn over this new leaf and step into this Queen of Wands energy, which is somebody who is empowered and also integrates the shadow and also the light aspects and uses them both to her advantage to move forward. Before you can do that and be this creative force, you have to be patient, because I know that delivering a message of patience isn't always like my favorite thing to do, or on the other alternatively, I guess, like receive that message too, because I have gotten that message before. But this patience, whenever I take that and I truly integrate that and embrace that and accept that as part of my reality and say, okay, I am ready to be patient and I understand that there are things that are beyond my control, instantly it's like the patience allows it to move. It's kind of a paradox. So it's like you wouldn't think that by letting everything stop and accepting it and saying, yes, I am okay with everything stopping, that it would make it move, but that is honestly what ends up happening. And then finally this reminder says, my happiness is a choice I make and pursue actively. Just like this deer is pursuing the Ace of Cups, just like everything is kind of pointing towards this beautiful, uplifted and positive, like forward moving energy. Also, the candle just went out, so take that as you will. But as everything looks towards this light, the happiness is something that is chosen. And it is something that not only in this affirmation says it's a choice, it's something that you make and pursue actively. So it's something that you're not just stopping. This Son of Pentacles didn't get to where he is without that dedication, without that work that has been put in. And so I feel that this is really you sticking to your guns and being like, you know what, this is my goal, this is my outcome, this is where I'm headed, this is where I want to be, and this is my focus. And that's really where I need to allow myself to be and reside. And I feel right now for a lot of you that is taking in all of the things that you're given in this present moment, because I feel that there is a certain amount of your past being clarified and being opened up right now in your present, but you're gonna have to take some time to spend with your own self and just check in with your own perception. Like, you know, how did I feel after this situation? What kind of things am I taking away? What do I think about this person? What do I think about this institution as a whole? So those are just some things to think on. But I don't think I'm getting anything else for you, Pile 1. I hope that this resonated and helped you today. I also want to thank your guides and my guides and every other force that allowed for this reading to occur today. Thank you so much. I will see you in another video. Bye. Let's move on to Pile 2. Hello, Pile 2. If you selected Pile 2, or this little beach rock, then this is going to be your reading. So I'm already feeling that the energy is a little bit not to say chaotic, but it's just a little bit unsettled, I guess, going into your pile, especially with the stone jumping out of my hand, because this stone is a very grounding stone. I see, like something that I feel it has this natural, because it's like untreated or anything, so there's a certain amount of like groundedness and like being needing to quiet the mind that needs to happen for you guys. And the first thing that I heard when I tapped into your energy was like, do not fear, or don't have fear. So it may not be that like anxiety is taking over or ruling anything, but it just may be that a lot of questions or doubts have come up for you. And that's not necessarily a bad sign, but I want to get into it and just see what your cards have to say. So the cards on the top are oracle cards that I'm going to address and put off to the side for later on, kind of to close out the reading. But I want to start with your tarot cards. So I'm going to start with the angel cards. And let's go. So we have the Emperor in the reverse, and this says Angel of Wisdom, Queen of Cups upright, Knight of Swords upright, and the King of Pentacles in reverse. So interesting. These are all like face card energy or archetypes of some kind. So you may actually have a lot of people involved in your situation. I'm feeling that you are the Queen of Cups here. And not because it is the only feminine figure, but because the other characters here are all focused on this person. So, like, except for this, I feel that this is another aspect of you that you're keeping hidden. So it really seems that there's something about you right now, pile 2, that you want to keep a secret from the rest of the world, or like from the collective, if you will. This may also be from like family or friends or something, but there's a group of people, or at least 2 groups or 2 different people that you're trying to keep something from, because this Queen of Cups is kind of protecting her cup. A lot of times in many different decks, the Queen of Cups is someone that is protective over the emotions, understanding of the emotions, knows how to use and channel the emotions, but doesn't really, sometimes that protection can be a little bit overprotective, or you know, trying to control the emotional outcome of a situation when there are too many emotions involved. And it's interesting that this is the only watery energy too, and it says sensitivity. So you may be somebody that's feeling overly sensitive within your own self right now. And also this is like the birth of Venus. So she's coming out of the clamshell. It's like something hard has happened, and maybe you've understood stuff about yourself, but everybody else seems to not understand. There may be like one group of people or one person that is representing this Knight of Swords, which is this air energy, and it's quick and sharp and fast moving, and I just saw 333, so this may be also tied to religious stuff for some of you. Or a close group of friends that has expectations of you for some reason, but this is drama. So this may be other people in your life having different ideas about things than you, and they're kind of charging into your personal space and, you know, telling you exactly what they think that you need to hear, but I'm getting the feeling that it's not being received properly by you, and it's kind of causing your emotions to feel isolated or withdrawn, and that's why you're holding these things, this wisdom, because the Emperor is also a form or understandings about like the realness of a reality sometimes. So this may be that you have an idea about reality that doesn't line up with what other people think. This is a standoff, I believe, between your inner self and what you know to be the truth, or what you perceive to be real, or the things that you really care about with this wisdom here, your own personal truth and like wisdom. But yeah, you're really feeling like you need to protect your own intuition as well, because the Queen of Cups can be somebody who's also very driven and very connected to the intuition. So it may be that your intuition is seeing something that people around you just aren't, and so it's causing drama. It's causing some kind of unrest, and it may be drawing people to you. This also could be talking about online stuff, so you may be stirring up people's opinions that don't know you. I feel some of these people don't really know you all that well, that are in this category, if this is more than one person. If it's one person, this person may just kind of have some vendetta. But it's interesting because these 2 cards are very similar in color, so this person may feel a similar way, but they're coming from a place of fear instead of a place of love, because I feel that whatever you're coming from is coming from good intentions. It's not coming from a bad place, and you're feeling sensitive more because you know that what you perceive, or this wisdom that you hold, is true, and these people are insecure about it because it may damage their superiority or their like credibility or something for you to be making these claims. And then what they're holding back from you, or what another group of people, I guess, is kind of like holding on to too, because like I said, this may be 2 groups of people or 2 other people, or this may be something that this person or group of people is kind of withholding as well, with this being the other reversed energy, since there are two reversed and then these two in the middle that are kind of like clashing. One doesn't want to fight, but this one does. But over here, it's like this lack of generosity. Yeah, maybe if this is the same group of people, these people are not really giving you the benefit of the doubt or seeing they're not seeing all the clues, because the King of Pentacles is also talking about things in the physical. So yeah, if this is another group of people, these people you may just feel that you don't have as many like materials or the things that you need or the support that you need in the physical to kind of fight whatever this is. So let's get more of the tarot. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, so more of that earth energy. And then we have the High Priestess in reverse and the Magician upright. So pile 2, you guys have a very important message. I am getting the feeling, it's not like you guys are prophetic or messengers or anything. Like, you may feel as though you are. Also, the candle has completely gone out. It was kind of hanging on there for a minute and now it's like completely gone. So I just feel that you guys may feel like there's something that's kind of trying to snuff you in some way, or like get you to dim your light or dim your fire. And that's also can be talking about this Queen of Cups, because the Emperor is more of this fiery energy that you're kind of having to hold back. But there's a reason why everything is why these things are kind of taking you on in some way. And it's like, you know what you need to do. You have your goal in mind. You know where you're headed. You know what the inevitability of like what your message is. I feel that for some of you, this may be that you're working in like law or politics, or you're doing something that's like on a more elevated scale, and so people may get very emotional with you. And so you're I feel that this Queen of Cups energy showing up as you is something that maybe you don't get very often. You may not be somebody that sees yourself as Queen of Cups, maybe like Queen of Pentacles or something. I do see that you see yourself as more like grounded and earthy and like you've got it together, maybe even like Queen of Wands, but like, or Page of Wands or something. Like, this is just not in your element, and so that's why like all these emotions are just frustrating you, because you're like, this is not who I am, like, or who you know yourself to be. But I feel that this is more of something that you're integrating, because you can't just have all this fiery, all this earth, all this like logical understanding, like reason-based kind of mentality without integrating the emotions, without understanding the flow, and like having to how that like delegation works with others. That's maybe a skill that you're developing right now, because this is like how this affects you in the physical, and this is turning over a new cycle in the physical. So like new cycle of patience, new cycle of external reality too. So you may have just moved or had something really shake up in your physical world. With the High Priestess here in reverse though, I feel that this is you thinking that you know the outcome of this, or you think like, I feel like this is very pessimistic thought. So thought that is like based in fear that you're not recognizing. Maybe you're thinking it's your intuition, but it's really fear-based. And then the Magician, I'm seeing this as more of you stepping into your power. So pile 2, whoever has tried to like dim your power, or like not been generous enough with you, or like tried to like stir up drama or take some of your power away from you, ultimately you've had the ability to fight this the whole time. So actually I heard some wisdom yesterday that I'm going to bestow upon you before I move on to the affirmations and close out your reading. But I heard some wisdom the other night that was like, in order to face your weakness, you have to have strength in the first place. And what do you gain from the weakness that you confront? You gain the understanding that you had strength. And so it's a paradox. In order to face something that you view as a weakness, or view as something that is not serving you anymore, you're going to have to embrace what you think that you don't have. So it's like kind of filling your own hole with what you perceive as a lack. So it's kind of getting into the basis of that lack-based mindset for you, and really understanding that manifesting out of fear is not going to work for you, because you have a divine plan and you have a divine purpose, and you have things that are being shown to you in the physical that these people over here who are like drama based and like not being generous, like they're going to see their faults on their own time. It's not really your job to be so sensitive and maybe teach everyone. So let's look at your affirmations to close this out. I am infinite. Perfect. Again, I really do think that the divine is smiling on you, or the spiritual realm in some way. Somebody's helping you out. That's just something that's really strongly coming through. It's almost like you don't have to be the martyr. You don't have to be like this saint all the time. Sometimes, you know, you turn the other cheek and you walk away and you allow for kind of karma to handle some things with people. And then finally it says, I trust my instincts and seek out my intuitive guidance. When the universe gives me signs, I listen with my heart. So this is maybe not seeing, it's again with that weakness, maybe not seeing your weaknesses as weaknesses. So don't see sensitivity as a weakness. Maybe seeing it as your intuition being strong and being able to listen and come from a heart-based place of love and truth and purity. And like, you know, if other people are going to claim that this thing is pure, if this thing is not, and, you know, do the delegation of like judgment of like what is right and wrong, like let them do that, let them cause their own drama or whatever. But like you're following your instincts, and you're listening to your intuitive guidance, because I feel that it is something that is really strong and really guiding you in the right place. So I hope that this resonated, pile 2. I was very honored to read for you. I'm also very grateful that your guides and my guides and any other forces from beyond came to facilitate this reading today and allow for me to deliver messages of clarity to you. Otherwise, I will see you in another video, and I'm going to move on to pile 3. Bye. Hello, pile 3. If you selected this little white rock, or just pile 3 was calling to you, then this is going to be your open-ended what do I need to hear right now reading. So pile 3, when I was channeling cards for you, that there was just a lot of heavy energy, excuse me. And something is a little bit unclear or frustrating for you. There's just something that you feel is like kind of an obstacle in your path at this moment. So I have some oracle cards here. I'm going to set them off to the side so that we can look at them last. And I want to start actually with the second set of tarot cards. So we'll get your angel cards in a second. But let's start with the tarot. So we have 9 of Cups, the Sun in reverse, and 4 of Cups. So again, like I said, something's kind of an obstacle. This 4 of Cups, I usually see 4s as like they're teachers in some way, and they instruct us and they tell us about, you know, struggles that maybe we're about to encounter, or they're like the little warnings sometimes, or those synchronicities that show us maybe like, hey, there's a red flag here. But the 4 of Cups specifically, and I'm seeing this also kind of like the 4 of Pentacles somewhat, where we're holding on to things or clinging on or trying to have control over a situation. So it may just be that like there's something that you're trying to release or let go of that is having a difficult time on its way out. And also with the rat here, I'm thinking of how rats need a companion, and how sometimes rats are also can be associated with like toxicity or, you know, plaguey kind of things. So it may be that this person you feel has gotten undue blame in your life or something for certain situations. So you may see this person as more innocent than they really are. I am feeling that this is about a person. I'm sorry. But if this is not, but like this situation, you may see it as a little bit more blameless than it really is. Also my candle keeps going out, so I apologize. I guess it's just not meant to stay lit for this reading. But again, I feel that there's like light that's being illuminated from the fears and the doubts that you're feeling right now. And with the Sun in reverse, this can also talk about things it's like a distorted light or a distorted illumination. So yes, maybe light may be shed upon this situation, but it may not be in the favor that you were hoping or in the way that you were possibly asking for. But the Sun is inherently a good card. So whenever the Sun comes out, even if it is reversed or talking about something that maybe we haven't yet realized the beauty of something, the Sun is still reminding us that there is that fulfillment that we get from an experience. And I'm also being drawn to this as like being the color of blood, and this almost looks like blood kind of seeping out. So I'm being, for some reason, drawn to like the cycle of like menstruation. So it may be that like this is kind of a cycle, like the end of a cycle, and like that like bloody like purge at the end of a cycle where you're like, ah, this looks horrible, and it like looks like a really bad experience. Like the first time somebody menstruates, you know, they're kind of like, ah, am I dying, you know, like it's kind of like that, and you're just like, what the actual heck, like I did not know it could get worse, but it did. I feel like that's kind of what's happening. But like there's still, even through all of the stuff that you see as like failures or things falling away or like I can't believe that just happened moment, it's almost like a bunch of tower moments. And so it's like so bad that it like didn't, it honestly, like Spirit's kind of playing around with you by bringing out the sun instead of the like the sun reverse instead of the tower card, because it's like all of those events, Spirit doesn't even want you to see them as tower moments. Spirit wants you to see them as a sun moment, or like as moments that are opening you up to the light and opening you up to make space, to have things be illuminated and to have things grow. Because the sun, when it falls upon a barren land that has seeds in it, the seeds start to be able to sprout. And that's also what I believe is being reflected here with the Nine of Cups. And I kind of read it in reverse, but I don't know, I feel like that's kind of where how you're navigating life right now. You're seeing things from where you're at and then looking back, and I feel like there's not a lot of hope that you're holding for the future too with you. Kind of, I feel your energy being in this Four of Cups card, and I feel like Spirit's almost saying like, I feel like you wouldn't expect these cards to come out for yourself right now, like especially with the Nine of Cups, because the Nine of Cups is usually like wish fulfillment, or like something beautiful happening to you, or like, you know, being provided with everything that you need and like not worrying. But the nine of Cups here is interesting because the 9 in tarot is where we meet our ending. It's right before we make the agreement to move on or walk away or close out a cycle or like finish something or learn from it, you know, and upgrade. And so this 9 of Cups, while it does talk about promise and fulfillment and inner joy and inner journey and all that, it's also talking about that you know, when you get to the end, you have to barter. You have to allow for other things to kind of wash away, because the 9 comes after the 8 of Cups. The 9 comes after you decide to walk away emotionally from something, after that rebirth. So let's look at your tarot cards, and I want these to kind of clarify, so I'm going to place them along the bottom, and then yeah, there's 5, so there's going to be 2 extra that I'll just put on the side. So we'll go this one over here, then these 3 are clarifiers, and then this one goes up here. So this is kind of what you're leaving and then where you're headed. So I do enjoy that this 10 of Wands here, which is burdens, is what you're leaving, because I do think that this is really you recognizing that things are being pushed out of your life, like spiritual cycles at least, because the 10 of Wands is talking about the things that we go after, the things we put our energy into. So this is kind of you recognizing, okay, all these things, all these relationships, thought patterns, belief systems, all that, it's kind of like not really serving me anymore, and I feel like you're really recognizing that you need to close whatever that is out. With the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, clarifying this 9 of Cups, the isolation, this is talking about understanding. I feel this 9 also kind of gives me hermit energy, so it's like when you make this reconciliation with the divine, when you understand this these like fear-based patterns, or like these worries and these doubts that you've had that have been instructing you of where you need to go forward, you're going to understand why you had to do these things alone, and you're also going to be grateful for that like ability to do these things alone and to like kind of work things out on your own time. I feel that some of you, this is like a really long chapter of your life that's kind of closing. You may be an older person, or you may have gone through some kind of like later in life spiritual awakening or something, and that's only going to be for some of you obviously, but like this may be kind of a rebirth of youthfulness. Once you lose this Ten of Wands, once you lose these burdens, you may feel younger, honestly, and like lighter in spirit. Because with the Knight of Cups underneath, in reverse, underneath the Sun, it's like once the Sun has the ability to turn upright, like your spirituality is gonna feel like everything's gonna boom, 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 like dominoes, like ducks in a row, you know, everything kind of falls. And that's also what this card is talking about, that like once you turn over that Nine of Cups, there's no doubt that you are moving forward, and that like Spirit has said, yes, like we are ready to invest in you and see you as this spiritual being and see you progress. And you know, I feel that this also for some of you may be like, take this as it resonates, the loss of like a soulmate or somebody that you really thought was like an important spiritual connection for you, but you're realizing maybe that this person, it's not that they were, you know, that it wasn't love or that you're losing love, but like that this person didn't have the same intentions as you or something. So this may be like a false twin flame kind of a thing, where you thought that somebody was your twin flame, or you thought, you know, I'm supposed to marry this person, I'm supposed to be with this person forever, and then you're realizing, okay, hold on, maybe I need to like make this covenant to myself first, make this covenant to Spirit, and then my happiness will come in. So underneath, yeah, and then we have that. I didn't even realize when I said that this reminded me of the Hermit. The Hermit's right here. I didn't even see. So the Hermit underneath the Four of Cups, these are very similar energies, and this is you right now, I really feel, because you're about to walk into this Justice in reverse. So the reversal of this is really talking about something that hasn't quite happened yet, but it's about to turn over. And Justice it's the angel of integrity. It's bringing everything in, integrating all the shadows and the dark attributes. But also Justice as a major arcana card is where right before you meet the Hermit. So which is interesting, it's like you're going within, recognizing, okay, maybe these are my demons, these are the things that I have to deal with, these are the things that I'm attached to, all my attachments, all the things that are keeping me from progressing forward. And Justice is really the place where we give them over to the divine, and where we say, you know, I understand that what I put out is what I'm going to get back, and right now I need to put out all of my burdens. I need to release all of these. I feel that this is really a strengthening of your own spiritual communion with the divine, and maybe even faith, not even on a religious perspective, but on a spiritual perspective, on like a communion with your own self, and a communion with your own concept of spirit and concept of God. It's like you're saying, you know what, I have reached my limit, I don't understand, you know, I am at mercy of you, like I need help. And it's humility as well. So let's get some affirmations for you. So we have, I use my senses to effectively transform situations I am in. Yes, this may be like sense-based kind of, I'm seeing you doing like meditation, yoga, that kind of a thing. So like you're involving your physical body into your healing practice, but also just tending to your senses. So like if you really want to eat something sweet, like give in to that craving, that kind of thing, like treating yourself, allowing, because while our emotional bodies, I feel that this is an emotional healing that is being brought to you, while our emotional bodies are like cleansing to allow for our spiritual bodies to progress, we need to sometimes indulge our physical body. That's the reason why we've incarnated, to cast out the desires of our physical nature is, you know, sometimes that is in the name of self-discipline, but right now I feel you've had a lot of that. So like, if you want to listen to your favorite song at like 2 a.m. when you're, you know, needing to hear it, like do it. Like, I don't know, I feel that there's just a little bit of indulgence that you could allow yourself to have, just to care and nurture. It's more nurturing, because I feel that you do have a strong amount of discipline, and I am picking up on the Taurus energy of this. So maybe checking in where Taurus is in your chart also can help you know which area of your life to maybe indulge your sensory experience in. And then I am confident I will be taken care of and abundant. So, and this is just a beautiful affirmation to finish this reading out on, because really the Hermit is where you go within and you recognize all of these different places that you've been provided for, and all of the truths, the inner truths of like the universe, and like energetic truths. And so like this may be you connecting to like concepts like, you know, that expand your awareness, like astrology, or, you know, just different hermetic practices, like this could even be connecting with religious kind of traditions, so like certain types of meditation and things like that. But basically, this affirmation is reminding you that all of those earthen experiences are providing for you, and they're constantly reminding you of the abundance that the divine wants to provide us with. So I hope that this resonated for you, pile 3. I hope that this uplifted you and pointed you in the direction of healing that I know that you are headed, and just gave you a little bit of that affirmation that you are always provided for and always, you know, going where you need to be going. So I will see you in another video. I want to thank your guides and my guides and every other force that facilitated this reading. I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, pile 4. Or if you selected this stripy rock, then this is going to be your open-ended, like, what do I need to hear right now? Just anything from your spirit guides that it needs to come through. So I'm feeling called for this pile. Actually, there's like more cards than the other piles. I want to lay them all out and kind of get a feel for what's going on overall. I'm actually going to move this candle out of the way, because it decided to, you know, not really join us for a reading today. It keeps burning out, so I'm gonna let it rest, I guess. So I'm gonna set your affirmations off to the side because I do want to save these to the end, but all the rest of the tarot cards I'm gonna lay out first. So let's see, we have 5 from the Wild Unknown, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the Angel. So I'm going to do Wild Unknown on the top row, and then the Angel on the bottom, and then the 6th card is going to be affirming where we're headed. So okay, what a strong energy to lead with. 2 of Cups, we have Daughter of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, the Hierophant in the reverse, and then the Father of Wands, or the Divine Masculine of Fire. Okay, and let's flip over. Oh, okay, so to clarify the 2 of Cups, we have the 2 of Cups in the reverse. Clarifying the Daughter of Wands, we have 7 of Swords. Interesting. Okay, Page of Swords. Clarifying in the reverse, clarifying the 9 of Pentacles. 6 of Wands, clarifying the Hierophant. And 9 of Swords in reverse, clarifying the King of Fire. And actually, I'm going to move this over here, even though, just keep this in mind that this is supposed to be over here. This is kind of where we're headed, and this is the Queen of Pentacles. And even though it is in the reverse, I'm going to keep it upright because I feel that you're not really blocked from anything, or there's no reason for this to be reversed. Okay, so the 2 of Cups showing up twice here. It's really, really clear. Without a doubt, this is about a romantic partnership. This is about you and another person that you see as romantic. So if you're not currently in a romantic connection or thinking about one, this may not be the message for you. But if you know that, like, if you've intuited that you need this message, maybe stick around for a minute, even if that doesn't resonate. Daughter of Wands, and then the 7 of Swords. So this being reversed, I feel this is like you and another person mirroring, because these cards are mirroring each other in some way, because one is upright and then the other one's reversed. So this may be like what is happening in the physical and then what is happening in the spiritual realm, because like as above so below is kind of what I'm being called to. So like as above, it looks like we have in the darkness this 2 of Cups. So it's like I'm just being called that these 2 cards are in the dark, and then it's like the light is only really introduced here, and then it's back into the darkness. So there's a lot of like dark energy. It's not like, I don't want to say that to disempower you or say that like anything that's happening in the physical is bad, because I know that dark, we have synonymized that with like bad, but this isn't really what's happening. It's more that you and this person are like spiritually ascending together, but like possibly separate. So it may seem that like this 7 of Swords with this theft, you may not be able to recognize that this person or whoever's being called to mind is actually going through something spiritually. You may not be able to recognize that this person, because this person may just be appearing as a snake to you, because the snake is usually seen as like, you know, temptation, or it has fangs. Like the snake is the second step in Scorpio, so it goes from scorpion to snake to eagle, like in terms of its evolution. And Scorpio can represent death or like destruction and things like that. The snake is the in-between. So the snake is before it becomes the eagle, before it becomes this great bird and can fly and see everything for what it really is. This person is definitely, I always see this as a spiritual ascension card, because it is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is somebody that is starting to go after their spiritual desires and their spiritual understanding. So this is just blossoming, and I feel that this is for both of you. I feel that a lot of you who are seeing this, you and your partner are not really in connection with each other, or if you are, you're going through things that are very individual, that are like outside of the other, that you're not really bringing to this connection. So and that's why the Seven of Swords is here. It's like you kind of feel like you have to keep things from this person, or like you can't really share what you're going through with this person or something. This may also be, for some of you, if this is like a connection that you have your own suspicions of, this energy right here may be confirming that this person is like taking their energy elsewhere or lying to you, or because that this Page of Wands plus Seven of Swords energy, especially with that snake, it just may be that this person is like somewhat karmic towards you, or they're like, they don't really see the beauty of everything that you offer to them. It may be that these, like, you're offering so much to this person, but it's not being reciprocated, because the Two of Cups in reverse can remind you of you know, an unbalanced partnership. And then with this Nine of Pentacles, with the Page of Swords underneath, gossip, like it's literally, well, thoughts, ruminating, like, you know, you may be suspicious. This Page of Swords is also looking over at the Seven of Swords and looking over at this part of the situation. Like, you know, you may be distrustful of your partner, or be distrustful of whoever this situation may be, because this may not be a romantic, it could be like just any kind of partner. I'm just picking up, for a lot of you, it may be this romantic situation, but this could also be like a close friendship or a coworker. You know, take it as it resonates. The Page of Swords is looking back, and maybe you both are talking about each other, or talking about the situation, and not confronting each other, because the Nine of Pentacles, somebody is it's a protected situation, but it's also being dealt with, and like all the darkness, I guess, is being contained, and it's like everything else can happen around it. All of the physical impulses and drives with these colors showing up can kind of exist outside of what the shadow work is bringing. So this may also be your angels trying to kind of show you where to put your focus, and maybe not focusing on gossiping or talking to other people, or even receiving divination from many different places. So this may be something that you kind of want to be careful or discerning of what information you take and like regard as truth about this situation. And then we have the Hierophant in reverse, and then the Six of Wands, recognition. So it may be that you both are kind of, I'm picking up on like haughtiness. So it may be that like you are being like, you know, this person is, you know, I'm suspicious of this person did that, they wronged me, you know, they're doing this. It may be that you hold some kind of like resentment against this person, or like you hold some kind of fear or doubt. It's like something that's coming from like a lower vibrational energy from you, and that's feeding in from this situation, and then it's causing you to turn back on what you know to be like the key to your happiness, like that kind of a thing. It's focusing on sorrow too, maybe, instead of focusing on, you know, what's the light attribute to this situation? What did this person teach me? What kind of grace is this person giving me? What kind of mercy can I bestow upon this person? How can I be the bigger person? Because the recognition here, I feel this is more of like yeah, just that haughtiness, like, you know, having a chip on your shoulder a little bit sometimes, like you know, I would never stoop to their level. Like it's like, you know, hold up. Maybe you've been in this person's situation before you go spewing all this about, you know, how unholy they are. Like, check your own. Like, it's like what Jesus says with the log in your eye. You can't go and point out the log in somebody else's before you take the log out of your own, that kind of a thing. So, and then here we have Nine of Swords underneath the King of Wands, clarifying, but it's in the reverse. So this is stress. This is like your own anger and your own frustrations and the things that maybe maybe you are saying stuff about this person, maybe this person is saying stuff about you, but whoever's acting on their anger and saying things and doing things out of anger is ultimately who's gonna have it received back to them tenfold. So maybe this is a warning from your guides, like, don't put any energy into this right now. This card is really showing me that you don't need to like think or do anything. Like whatever you think or do is only going to be sent back to you tenfold. So like, don't put any energy into this, any revenge type of energy. Anything that's vengeful is really just gonna, it's like inviting it upon yourself. Any judgment that you're gonna pass on somebody else is maybe I'd cool the brakes there, because like if you feed into like self-righteous or angry type of behavior, it's just gonna backfire. That's all I'm gonna say. So where we're headed with the Queen of Pentacles, comfort, this is a much better energy from this reading, and honestly I kind of want to put it over everything to like kind of cover everything else, because the Queen of Pentacles, this is an option that you have. You can either be this King of Wands or you can be this Queen of Pentacles. I feel this is really a choice that you have. You can either be like the snake and be striking and kind of like, you know, get what you want, you ultimately get the kill, but you intimidate everybody in the meantime, you know. You may burn bridges that you didn't need to burn. It may just be inviting stuff back that you're gonna have to end up going back and working through, maybe undoing work that you've already done or something. I don't know, I just wouldn't feed into this if you can help it. But the Queen of Pentacles, it has a rabbit. Rabbits can also speak of twin flame type of things. So it may be that you, once you decide to let this like petty energy go, you call in somebody that's more meant for you. You call in a relationship in the physical that is satisfying, and this person gets to fill out their karma elsewhere, you know. What we feed into, like attracts like sometimes, and sometimes we need somebody to like learn a lesson from them, but if we keep around and we keep feeding into it, it's like we're asking it for it at that point, you know. And I feel that it's not like you even want to hold on to this person. It may just be like juicy to kind of feed into this fighty type of energy. It may just be fun to like mess around with it, but I just wouldn't feed into it if I were you. So here are your affirmations. We have 3 of them actually. So I'm divinely protected. This one actually flew out while I was shuffling and like channeling for you and kind of feeling this like negative energy, and I was like, as soon as I saw that was like a total confirmation of the message I knew I needed to deliver to you. So if you are worried about this person being able to have any sway over you, or you know, take revenge over you, so like if you're worried if you don't take any action towards this person is gonna have some kind of control over you, or like change other people's opinions of you, like don't worry, like this person will, same thing goes for them. If they go after you, like they're gonna have things returned to them. If you go after them, you're gonna have things come after you. So it's a similar, again, you guys are really being reciprocated, so this person may be mirroring you in some way. The things that you're annoyed about this person, or this situation may be annoying about your own self. Like you may be annoyed with those things within. I have a magnificent purpose that I fulfill even as I rest. Allowing yourself to rest, allowing yourself to gain understanding. If we are focused on letting go of something, we cannot understand it. If you are focused on trying to bury something, on trying to forget about it, on trying to have it leave your life, you can never come to peace with it, and you can never let something fully rest if you don't understand it. So right now, you're gonna want to indulge yourself and let yourself think about this situation and think about how much it makes you mad, but you're transmuting your anger and you're turning it into something better, because that is the purpose of spirituality. If you came here to have me tell you, like, you know, you can go after this person, you can be angry or whatever, like, I'm gonna tell you, you can be angry. You have every right to be angry at this person and to be angry at this situation and to stand up for yourself, but nobody has any right to go around and throw daggers of anger that are for revenge, you know? It's the intention behind what we're doing. If you speak with anger and you do it from a place of loving and from a place of like helping this person out and helping them to see faults and helping them to see, you know, how they may have hurt your feelings, that is okay. But speaking to this person out of a, you know, I want to hurt you, I want to make you cry, I want to make you feel so bad, you know, like that's, we need to reevaluate our intentions when it comes to that, because it's coming from a place of like emotional unrest and you know, upset nature within our own self. So resting, understanding, maybe meditating on this, and asking for guidance, for clarity is going to help. And then it says, to close out, my head and heart communicate freely. I allow my thoughts to engage with my feelings in harmony. What was I just saying? When we understand our feelings, we can release things, we can let go. So if you want to let go of this, if you want to not be consumed by your anger, if you don't want this situation to have any more control over you, you don't want to, be bowing to a master, allow yourself to dip into your heart space. Allow yourself to connect into your heart space. And this may mean stepping out of anger and feeling sad and like crying, and maybe allowing for all this hurt and all these things and all this stress that this person has, or maybe not this person, but this situation has brought about in both of you. And I feel that you both will heal, and this person may soften too. Once you decide to step back from the fire and say, you know what, I'm done fighting, this person may feel that remorse too, and you may even get an apology, is something that I'm hearing. So I think that's it for you, pile 4. I hope that this resonated. I'm sorry that this wasn't like a more uplifting message, but it definitely is one that we all need to hear at some point. So I want to thank your guides and my guides and every other energy force that came through to facilitate this reading today and to help provide you with clarity and strength. I will see you in another video, and I hope you have a blessed day. Bye.